up in Birmingham.
Once again, the National Indoor Arena is a complete sellout, and no wonder. We're on track in the men's vault. Athens silver versus bronze. Sapronenko against Dragulescu. Then a dizzying selection of Olympic champions. Catalina Ponor, the star of the Summer Games, takes to the floor. And our triple gold medalist also tackles that 4-inch wide tightrope of terror, the beam. High and mighty, Italy's Igor Cassina on high bar. And two men with the golden touch on parallel bars. Goncharov against Li Xiaopeng. So that's what's to come this afternoon, but it's already been an historic weekend for British gymnastics after Beth Tweddle of Cheshire became the first homegrown gymnast ever to win a medal in these World Cup finals. She took silver yesterday on the asymmetric bars, and she did it by performing a brand new routine, which included back-to-back release and catch moves. The 19-year-old was the only gymnast to attempt that level of difficulty yesterday, and she was perhaps a touch unlucky not to be awarded the gold medal. Beth's score of 9.612 was only 13/100ths of a mark behind the reigning A-bars world champion Chelsea Memel of America. And she had a lot to be proud of in this routine. Lands it just the tiniest wobble there, but overall what a stunning start, and the first time she's performed that routine. Nevertheless, Beth continues to be a standard bearer in the sport. The first British woman to win world and European medals. Now she adds a World Cup medal to her collection. And that's the first time she's had a chance to watch that routine. Reflections on your performance and the way it was received yesterday, Beth?
I was really pleased with it. Obviously, with it being the first time, I just wanted to go out there, see what the judges thought of it, and my score's gone up a bit, so they're obviously looking for the new season with it.
How relieved were you that it was all over with and you accomplished what you'd set out to achieve?
Very relieved. I mean, I was so nervous about 10 minutes prior to it. So to go out there and do the routine that I did, I was really pleased with.
So you carry on. Clearly you're also taking part in the floor today as well. But generally, when you look ahead over the next couple of years, you're very keen to keep going and to achieve new things for British gymnastics. But I've got to ask you about the whole contentious issue of funding in British gymnastics. There are rumours there will be large cuts. How disappointed are you with the thought that that might happen?
I mean, lottery funding has done so much for British gymnastics. You can see by the results we're starting to produce with the junior levels as well. Gymnastics is a sport where you've got to start from a very young age. I mean, they're 7 or 8, and so they're bringing them in with the World Class Start programme where they get funding, and then it's starting to show through the juniors with the likes of Rhian Pugh and Ashlyn. So to have it cut would be pretty big disaster for British gymnastics, but then again, I'm sure we'll hopefully do what we can to keep it there.
Are you confident though that the funds will be available to allow you to keep competing at this level?
So far as all I've heard is my funding's safe at the minute, so hopefully for the next couple of years it'll stay where it is and I'll be able to carry on doing stuff for British gymnastics.
We hope so. Tell us about your floor routine today. You're up against a 3-time Olympic champion Catalina Ponor. What do you learn from an experience like this on the floor?
I just basically watch her, see how she trains, see how she copes with the competition atmosphere, and learn. You're always learning whatever you're doing, so just keep learning from her and hopefully carry on and produce more floor routines like her in the future.
Okay, well, you get yourself warmed up. We're looking forward to seeing you a bit later on, and well done again, Beth, on that silver medal. Okay. Now that floor routine for a woman will be the penultimate event this afternoon, but the first we're going to see is the vault. And it's going to be a very interesting competition. They'll get 2 vaults each, remember, and Craig Heap can tell us what the judges will be looking for.
Speed, dynamic power and pinpoint accuracy is required twice. 2 vaults with different entry, and you can invent your own vault like Blahnik from Poland and Dragulescu from Romania, who performs a handspring double front with a half turn. There is no room for error as it's the average score that counts.
And here he is, in person, the man himself, Craig Heap, double Commonwealth champion. Welcome again, Craig. This interesting vault final, you said to me it's going to be a bit of a lottery. Why do you say that?
Well, they've got to perform 2 high towing vaults, and it's all about the landing. So, as you've seen there at the Olympics, Dragulescu did a cracking first vault, but if you don't back it up with a good second vault, you're out of the medals.
Let's have a quick look at the start list and go through some of the top names that we'll be seeing in this one, because we really have a wonderful quality through this. We've got the Athens silver medalist Yevgeny Sapranenko, who's only the second ever Latvian gymnast to claim an Olympic medal. We've got a disappointing floor routine yesterday, as you said, for Romania's former world champion Marian Dragulescu. Took bronze in the Summer Games in this one, hoping to do himself justice today. Anyone else that takes your fancy in that lineup, Craig?
Definitely the Hippolyto. Yesterday's floor routine was unbelievable, so he's still going to be buzzing from that. And also the young Bulgarian, he gets some cracking height off the top of the vault. Very interesting, and you can never rule out the Chinese, so it's going to be, you know, a great final.
And just a quick word about the ever-increasing levels of difficulty. You retired from competitive gymnastics 2 years ago. Is it getting ever more risky out there on this piece of apparatus?
Without a doubt. I was talking to Dragulescu about it, and he said it's like being in a circus. They're having to push themselves even greater in training, and to be an all-rounder when you're competing against specialists is even more difficult. So yeah, it's probably the toughest I've ever seen it anyhow.
Okay, I bet you're glad you're now in retirement, Craig.
Without a doubt.
Okay, well, let's introduce you to our commentary team this afternoon. They're up there on high now, and we have Christine Still. There they are waving to us. We've got the Commonwealth Games gold medalist Steve Frew, and Mitch Fenner, the man in the middle. Afternoon.
22 years old, Filip Yanev. He impressed us with his style and line on this apparatus in Glasgow. Super vaulter.
And that's what it's all about. He holds the body so well. Tight, tight, adds the 2.5 twists. Just the step on landing, but that was a very clean vault.
Yeah, very powerful vault from Yanev. Back entry onto the vault, beautiful in the air, good clean twisting, and just a step on landing. But he'll be very happy with that.
Great in the air, but that little step on landing, there it is, that'll cost him a 10th. He just kept inside the corridor.
He's technically so great, though, isn't he, Mitch? Really lifts before he wraps the twist in, textbook.
A great stylist. Yanev. And some British interest from his father. 9.45 for Filip Yanev. Tell us about the British connection, Chris.
Yes, his father is one of the high-performance coaches employed by British Gymnastics. He works out of South Essex, training the very young junior girl gymnasts in the world-class start squad. So it's great for us to see him performing well here.
Second vault for Yanev. Well, he's kept that right bang in the centre of the corridor. Stylish again, Christine.
Very stylish and very powerful. Look how long that vault was. Not only did he lift, he has to approach differently. Does it with the turn on, lifts in the air, but he's miles away from the platform.
Got to run up that runway as hard and as powerful as you can, clean in twisting and anticipate the landing without putting a step wrong.
Amazing height. So Yanev, stylish, high, clean. He impressed us in Glasgow, and he's done it again here in the World Cup final. Filip Yanev, 5th in the Olympics final. And he's gone into the lead. The average score, 9.543, 9.637 for that second vault. The Olympic silver medalist. Twice silver medalist at World Championship level. Silver medalist also at European level. Could this be a golden day for Yevgeny Sapranenko?
Well, it started well. That is such a difficult vault. Handspring, double front somersault with a half turn out in the second somersault. Absolutely top difficulty.
Yes, beautiful vault from Sapranenko. He's got to run as fast as he can down that runway, hit as hard on the springboard as he can, high into the air, and then get that twist in just before he lands. Very difficult vault, but performed very well.
He really was quite deep on the landing, though. That's the sort of thing you see. His head wasn't terribly far from the floor, and the judges will have some deducting to do there, I think.
Yes, Christine, he just kicked out just a little bit too early on that half turn, and that's why he was just a little bit deep on the landing.
So, Safronenko borrowing a vault just temporarily from Dragulescu, gets 9.487. Second vault for the man from Riga. He's away. Second vault for Safronenko.
And another hugely difficult vault. The Sukahara double. 2.5 somersaults from his hands, and that's another vault with a 10 tariff.
Long way round when you're piked, isn't it, Steve?
It's a long way, mates. You've got to push as hard as you can, got to keep the legs straight and tight, and it's very difficult to anticipate where the floor's going to be in that position.
Super explosive, powerful vaulting from Safronenko. Double pike Sukahara, just like that.
So he turns onto his hands, lifts off, so it's really 2.5 somersaults. Fantastic.
Well, they're going to make absolutely no mistake, taking their time. And he's gone into the lead, 9.662, gives himself a round of applause. Safronenko, 9.574, takes the lead. Twice he has been world champion. He's been European champion. He's got a bronze medal at the Olympic Games. Marian Dragulescu, having disappointed on floor, finishing 5th, will be anxious to make amends. But I wonder if he'll be remembering back to the Olympics when his first vault was so great, Christine, and he just couldn't produce it twice.
Yes, he just didn't seem to be able to keep consistency. Let's hope he does today. Huge big vault, and that's how you do it. No problems at all. Double front with half turnout, lots of height, lots of flight. Fantastic vaulting.
Yes, absolutely explosive power to the extreme. Presses as hard as he can. Double somersault with a half turn, and that's exactly how it's done.
The vault named as it would be after him, the Dragulescu, performed by the master.
He will, of course, lose for the slight lack of control on the landing. .7. Now that has given him the opportunity to make amends for his problems on floor. But can he produce that second vault? He's experimented with 2.5 twists. He went back to double twist, tried again, 2.5 twist. Decision now is a golden one, he hopes. Well, a very measured approach. Just the double twist, but he tried to control it so much that he just undercooked it, didn't he?
Fortune sometimes favours the brave, and was he courageous enough then, Steve?
Well, Mitch, it's very difficult to do 2 10-start value vaults. He had everything to go for here, just under-rotated just a little bit, and that's why he has to step forward to remain on his feet.
I think because he'd gone for the lower tariff vault, he didn't run flat out. He, you know, tried to measure it. And of course, the problem then is that you just go too slow.
Yes, Christine, that's a problem. And especially when the adrenaline's pumping and he's all ready to go. Very tough to control that.
9.7 for his first. And he doesn't look confident. Yanev to his right, Hungarian coach to his left. There's a ripple, 9.25 for the second, 9.475. No medal again for Dragulescu. Well, their hero, and there he is. Hippolito, who took gold on floor. Can he do it again?
Well, he's very hungry indeed, and very stylish as well.
2.5 twists, as easy as you like.
Yes, he's the rising young star, isn't he? 18 years old, all to go for, nothing behind him, nothing to lose, and full of confidence.
Smack bang in the centre, Steve.
He certainly has got it completely right that time. Beautiful technique in the twisting, and landed almost perfectly with that hop forward. But he's so hungry, so determined to prove his name in the world field.
Absolute rocket across the top of that horse. So Hippolito challenging very strongly indeed, that 9.625. So more of the same for the young Brazilian, and he could find himself with another medal. Second vault for Diego Hippolito.
A lower tariffed vault. Double twist out to the Yushchenko, but still great style.
Marvellous style. And they know they've got a champion.
Yes, beautiful style on that Yurchenko vault. Beautiful entry, legs glued together, and just a little hop and landing, but a fantastic vault. I think he's really proven his name on this championships match.
And Brazil looking very healthy indeed with this young man. 9.5 was the average, 9.375 the second. He's in third place with one performance to come. So one man, Lubin, between Sapranenko and this World Cup gold. So the Latvian is out there in front. This last performance, and I can tell you, if he hits, he can do it.
Just flies, doesn't he? Look at that, flies through the air. Again, great style, just the pace on landing.
2.5 twists, just rolled round there.
Very powerful vault there. Attacks that springboard with as much power as he can. Beautiful in the air.
He is flat out on that run, isn't he? And see the height off the top of the platform. Lovely control, good style. In fact, on slow motion, you could see he was close to the line.
Wonderful body line, clean twists, super vaulting. 9.7. Lubin has a chance. We've said it so often, this second vault, crucial. Do you play safe? Do you go for broke? What do you do?
Always a difficult decision, isn't it? So few of them have got 2 10 tariff starts. But if you look just at the side before he goes, he has nominated the vault, and it'll have the start value. There we can see it. This vault will be marked out of 10. So if he can perform clean, he's a challenger.
Lubin, second vault. A double pike, Tsukahara. He punches the air. His toes were pointed. He landed with just a pace. Now that surely is that.
Well, it was such a big vault, such a clean landing, wasn't it? He didn't have his nose pointed to the floor, he was upright.
Such a big vault, such power in the air. Anticipated the landing. All the attributes necessary for a brilliant vault. And I think he's done it.
What a way. Number 8, last to perform, going for gold and pulling this out. He waits He punches the air, 9.737 for the second, 9.718. A World Cup champion is Lu Bin from China.
Next will be the beam. First we have a short film on Smith Apparatus for you.
You have to feel for Safronenko, settling for silver after being in the lead all that time. Lu Bin takes the gold, and Filip Yanev, the stylist, takes the bronze.
Yes, Lu Bin successfully defends this World Cup title. Deserved in your view, Craig?
Without a doubt, yeah, 2 cracking vaults there.
And in terms of Dragulescu, you spoke to him last night. He did say he was feeling a little bit jaded, but was there just an element of being too conservative on that second vault?
Yeah, I think he played safe and it backfired really, to be honest, like Christian was saying. He didn't have the same approach as the first vault to try and control the landing, and it backfired.
The degree of difficulty, as we talked about beforehand, is pretty staggering when you see the height that these fellas achieve off that vaulting horse.
It's unbelievable, and you've got to imagine that they're just out the back and they've got to come in and perform these vaults without much of a warm-up as well. So the warm-up they do early is pretty much out the window.
Yeah, so it's basically they're coming in cold to do that level of difficulty. Not easy.
Not easy at all. Some of these vaults are unbelievably difficult to do, you know, and perform safely. You've got to imagine that too low a landing can result in a serious injury. So yeah, it's a tall order.
Well, it's been a spectacular start to the afternoon. Thanks, Craig. And now to the event which Craig is extremely glad that he never had to do. It's the beam, of course. Only the women tackle this little tightrope of terror. It's only 10 centimetres wide, and it still makes you wince every time you see these young women tackle this piece of apparatus. Everyone apart, perhaps, from Catalina Ponor of Romania. She is the Olympic champion. In fact, she won 3 gold medals. She was the star of the Athens Games this summer, having taken the titles in the beam, on the floor, and in the team title. And now she tells us, quite frightening, she's going to try and improve her routines both on the asymmetric bars and the vault to go for the individual all-around title at next year's World Championships.
In your performance at the Olympic Games, everyone thought that you could win the individual all-around, but you only entered 3 apparatus. Will you be working for the World Championships for the all-around?
Yes, I hope to make 4 apparatus, and it's very difficult, but I want.
You want to?
Yes.
What a stylish performer she is. Ponor's idol, fellow Romanian Nadia Comaneci, and she's certainly in the same perfectionist mode. And Ponor will be the 5th performer today. So the current Olympic champion reunited with some of the women she beat in Athens, her teammate Alexandra Eremaya, who took a bronze there, Russia's Anna Pavlova, and 2 Chinese youngsters, Ya Li and Nanjing. So have both something to prove after falling off the beam moments into their Olympic routines. Let's tell you a little bit more about what is required to be a champion on this terrifying piece of apparatus.
The beam is the ultimate test of nerve and control. The gymnast needs to be fearless when learning difficult tumbles and leaps, and fearless when facing the pressure of competition. An uncanny sense of balance must be combined with dynamic and accurate tumbling. 10 centimetres leaves no margin for error. A high score is achieved by combining difficult skills together and never wobbling.
Leah, 16-year-old. 4th on beam in the World Championships. She made a final in Athens, finished 7th there, and she won bars at Glasgow just a month ago.
And she's just a beautiful gymnast, isn't she? But already a little wobble. So fluent. Very high front somersault. And now the difficult series, the half turn, added to the very difficult jump where she takes her head right off the beam. And another Complicated series. Gone are the days when the gymnast just had one difficult move. Every length is packed with difficulty. Puff to harness concentration. So very supple and elegant. Beautiful hands. Strong ankles. Just that tiny wobble at the beginning. Now she needs the big dismount. Ooh, little bit short. Just an error there.
And in this company, those two errors, one at the start, one at the finish, could prove crucial.
But a much better performance, Mitch, generally. We saw her in Athens really go to pieces in the final. And although she had a little wobble, she recovered herself well. 2 flips and she steps back out of them. The placement of the feet, all important, using the whole width of the beam. You can see the strength in the ankles and calves.
Marvellous touches.
Yes, the full spin there, one of the elements a gymnast has to include. They have special requirements that a routine has to have, but this is the dismount. Didn't really get her arms up into it, and quite a big pace.
She's applauding. 9.612, start value of 10. The judges deliberated. She has set a very high standard. But this young lady will not be fazed. She's a bronze medalist at World Championship level, 22 years old. Ludmila Hetzova. And a good start.
Yeah, this is a really big opening series. 3 somersaults along the length of the beam. Very good strength in the middle of the body. And that's very unusual. 1.5 turning straight jumps. Sometimes these jumps that look easy are actually very difficult. But there was the pause. She really didn't link all those elements. They're very difficult in their own right. Beautiful balance. And this, watch. Full turn across the beam in a backflip. Lots of original work. Very relaxed and stylish. Just little deductions for things like that turn, a little bit flat-footed, but it's been impressive so far. Can the dismount be as well? Oh, and she just under-rotated that 2.5 twist. Now that will be costly.
At the very last gasp, Hetzova, though, delightful personality, very experienced competitor.
They're the 1.5 turning jump. You have to lose sight of the beam completely, trust it's still underneath you when you land again. But that was the turn that was very flat-footed. The judges have little areas of deductions for lack of extension. Not big deductions, but they can all add up.
Some exciting stuff, though, wasn't there?
Yes, look at the extension on that jump. Complete split. Excellent. Very complex twisting backflips. Fabulous balance. And this amazing combination of the full twisting backflip across the beam. It's so thin. Lovely supple work. 2 jumps linked together, that's another of the special requirements. But the dismount, she twisted early, she didn't really set herself up, and that was the result.
How expensive will that last-minute error be to the Russian? Very expensive indeed, 9.437. Second place with 6 performances still to come. So the challenge clear for Catalina Ponor.
Yeah, she knows it has to be one of her best performances. Very solid with that start. No hesitations at all. Hugely confident on all the landings, doesn't hesitate. Just the slightest dip of the shoulder on that full turning jump and on the half turn. Free walkover straight away into the next series. That's her second big series. Stylish and elegant. But plenty of tumbling as well, doesn't live just off that. Natural balance. Never seems to be fighting to find the balance, does she? Light and fluent. And that's the whistle. She's got 10 seconds to dismount. Mustn't rush, must lift up high. Double pike somersault. A true champion.
You talked about her grace and elegance, Christine, but the power's there as well, isn't it? It's wonderful.
Yeah, she's grown a little bit since Athens, but she hasn't lost any of the control, which some gymnasts do as they grow. Here we are, the backflip. Then the one-arm backflip, then the layout somersault. She recovers her landing so well. She doesn't wait to find out whether she's landed. She's making the landing before her feet come down. So if any little body correction is needed, she's there and able to do it. This was the jump full turn. Now that was the only little wobble, and it really was only a little wobble and just a little dip of the shoulder. But really, just 0.05s those.
Well, you know what I'm going to ask now, don't you? Leah, 2 small errors.
Oh,
Ponor?
no, I think Ponor, really, a more confident performance. I'd be surprised if the judges don't reward this. She hasn't got quite the same extreme suppleness of the Chinese gymnast, but on the other hand, she's got much more fluency. And look, lots of power as well. Double pike. Just a little hop. She doesn't allow it to be a big step. Minimalizes problems.
Lifting high in the dismount and lifting high in the score. 9.725. Catalina Ponor takes the lead. 3 Chinese finalists here, and the third is Zhang Nan, Olympic top 8, so she too. Now it's down to Zhang Nan to take over from Leah as the main challenge to the leader Catalina Ponor.
And a good strong front somersault, had to windmill the arms slightly to bring it under control. Beautiful combination there. Quite a different style to a lot of the Chinese gymnasts. Very much stronger looking. But the same beautiful flexibility. Haven't seen any big combinations yet, but we've seen lots of difficult jumps. Here, the free walkover and the combination into the layout. That's the difficult series that gets her the bonus marks. Look, she travels all that way dancing backwards. And the difficult jump, head back, lose sight of the beam. Now setting for the dismount. Lifts up, double tuck, just a little pace. Very efficient, I think, Mitch.
Very efficient, but those paces will be crucial. It's lovely to see China and Romania going head-to-head at this level. Bring something very special, both nations, to this apparatus.
They do. They're both real exponents of the work on beam. They spend hours. You can see the bandage on her toes. She's obviously caught her toes at some time, which, as you can see from the beam, it's very easy to do, to catch your toes, but she performed very strongly here. See, she's setting herself up here. Big jump. Takes her head back in that jump and has to trust that her feet are still in the right place. And then into the twisting flip. Same beautiful hand movements. Full twisting tuck jump. I don't think her feet were right round there. The judges have to decide whether the feet get right round the full turn. If they land across the beam, they deem the jump not fully completed. I love this little bit, that arabesque, so easy. This is a forward walkover without the hands, a free walkover into a backflip and layout. That skip backwards. Didn't need to look behind her to make sure the beam was there. And a good, strong dismount. Allowed herself 2 paces backwards, which I think was a bit overindulgent, really.
9.725 out in front. 9.6 for Nanjing, and third place. One performance to come. Final performer in this World Cup beam final, Alexandra Eremaya, and that was so impressive.
Very original mount, wasn't it? The same strong tumbling that we know and expect from the Romanian gymnasts. Absolutely no nonsense, get on with the business. And there she safely makes that jump series. Gymnasts these days show us landings on the beam, both on the feet, on the body. And they have to show forward, backward, sideways movements. We saw there her side somersault. And now she links the jumps, the one-arm flip, the layout somersault. She's got it all, hasn't she? A bit of elegance as well. Not quite so supple as some of the performers, but strong, positive work. And strong tumbling. Watch the tumbling. 1 backflip, 2 backflips, triple twist dismount. Now, we perhaps could do with seeing it again to see whether it was a triple twist or a 2.5.
It really is. Romania against China. Romania number 1, China 2 and 3, and Eremaya could spoil the Chinese party.
It's a planche position, holding her body out almost like a pommel horse worker. And the side somersault, very difficult because you can't see the beam as you land. You're looking ahead of you. And not only do they backflip with 2 hands, but 1 hand as well. Look, there we go, just 1 hand on the beam, and all the lift into the layout somersault. Strong dismount, 1 backflip, then a snap off the hands to 2 feet takeoff. Watch carefully. Did she get right round that triple twist? Not really, was it?
And they are deliberating whether to give that start. Nelly Kim there on the left, and that could make all the difference. 9.612. She's gone into third. So it's Romania 1 and 3. Ponor takes the gold, Eremaya the bronze, and in the middle for China is Li Ya. Confirmation: the Olympic champion Catalina Ponor takes gold. Li Ya for China the silver, and Alexandra Eremaya takes the bronze. Great day for Romania on the beam.
Yes, Li Ya splits the two Romanian gymnasts, and I have to say, of all of the events that we've had in the last couple of days, that's the one that induces the biggest hush in this crowd. It's absolutely mesmeric, isn't it?
Unbelievable what these girls have to do on, just imagine, 10 centimetres wide. I don't know how the judges split the top three, to be honest.
It was a wonderful competition. Well deserved from Catalina Ponor's perspective, you have to say. She is just a cut above the rest. So stylish, rock solid. And what do you think, Craig, about her chances of going on now and trying to win this individual all-around contest?
Well, as a gymnast, you want to be the all-rounder. I think that's the ultimate title. You want to be all-round Olympic champion. And obviously, rather than just sitting back and going, well, I'm only good on beam and floor, you know, you've got to make your weaknesses your strengths, and she's obviously going to go away, and I think she could do it.
Indeed, she's got to brush up on the asymmetric bars and her vault. I haven't seen her perform too much on those pieces of apparatus, but clearly with that level of dedication and such a perfectionist, is it possible, Craig?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think maybe Beth could give her a few tips on the asymmetric bars as well.
Now let's just talk one more time about this beam, because Octavian Balou, who is the Romanian team, he is the coach of the Romanian team, has been for 20 years. He regrets and laments the lack of individual all-round skills now. He thinks that the trend towards specialisation is detrimental towards in gymnastics. Do you agree with that?
Totally agree, yeah, because people are just going to work these one pieces instead. In the old days, it used to be if you're not good on something, you need to get in the gym, put in extra time. I know certainly a few of my pieces weren't up to scratch, and I certainly had to spend a lot more time, you know, on the poorer pieces.
But are we ever going to see a gymnast who can dominate in an all-round sense for 2 Olympic cycles like we used to have in the old days?
It's going to be really difficult these days because everybody knows about the amount of training you need to do. At one time, 3 times a day training was only heard of by, you know, the Soviet gymnasts. Now all over the world they're training 3 times a day, so the big secret is getting in the gym and training, and everybody knows it now.
Indeed they do. Okay, well, you can see the results here this weekend. Oh, well, now to the event which will certainly batter your biceps. It's the parallel bars, and Craig knows a bit about that because he was former British champion twice, made the Olympic final as well. And what a final lineup we have here for you today, because we have the reigning Olympic champion Valery Goncharov of Ukraine facing Mr. Parallel Bars Li Xiaopeng of China, who took gold in Sydney 4 years ago. And look out too for Slovenia's Mitja Petkovsek, who won this World Cup title 4 years ago. Very much a specialist, as we've been talking about. You won't see him on any other piece of apparatus, and you therefore might not see him winning an Olympic medal in the future.
We couldn't qualify because of the rules, you know, the rules are so cruel. So it's almost impossible to qualify without a strong team. You know, you cannot qualify there with only one apparatus. You have to do all around, and it's only 10 places for those who do all around. I know I can do it. You know, I don't need that much training. I just need feeling good, you know, before doing my routine.
Yes, on the one hand, we're lamenting the lack of all-rounders, and then you get a situation like that fella who can actually scarcely get into an Olympic Games, despite the fact he has wonderful talent on one piece.
Yeah, because there's only a certain amount of wild cards available from the FIG, to which nations everybody wants that wild card. So what they're trying to do at the moment is lobby the FIG so these specialists can actually get through to an Olympic final.
Okay, well, that lobbying process continues, I take it, Craig, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's just give you an idea of what Mitja and the rest of the athletes have to do to impress the judges on P-bars.
Parallel bars stand at 1.83 metres and can only be altered in width. Moves are performed above and below the bars. Taller gymnasts favour over-bar elements, whilst shorter gymnasts favour under-bar elements. Recently, the bars have been raised by 5 centimetres. The gymnast can only pause 3 times during his routine.
Olympic champion Valery Goncharov starts this parallel bars final. He's a tall man, is Goncharov, and uses those lines to great advantage. Bars recently been elevated from 178 to 183, so there's room for a big man to swing, and he does it with great effect. Just locking out there before he hit the Healy. Second Healy. Back up to handstand, and P-Bars is about moving into and out of handstand. Hits the double pike with just a little hop forward. Not the risk, but certainly the precision from the Olympic champion. 27 years old.
Valery Goncharov from the Ukraine, kicking off on parallel bar final.
Yes, very precise routine from that one bar into that Healy swing. Very nice body shapes. And got to use the strength to get back to that handstand position and hold perfectly still. Swings up to the stutz. Got to lock that handstand out. And up into the double pike, and just a hop forward to land. But he's going to be happy with that routine.
Well, he doesn't look it. Focus still there. And Goncharov, surprise gold medalist in the Olympic Games, has got us off to a solid, if not spectacular, start here on parallel bars.
Beautiful body line, hasn't he, Mitch? He's really maybe not the most spectacular, but very few deductions.
9.625. That will do for starters. Valery Goncharov sets the standard.
From Slovenia,
Mitja Pekovsek, Slovenia, second to perform in this P-Bars final. Chasing a score of 9.625. Lovely lockout at the end of somersault. The same again with the half turn. Stutz to outer bar and keeping the swing. Watch this. Unbelievable. And he was telling us that he had problems with his wrist. No wonder when you're catching from that height. The Kovsek going extremely well. Nails the double pike, and that is the man who's showing us why he's ranked so highly in parallel bars in the world. He went for broke, sky high in the pike straddle front somersault. Fantastic work, the combination, the uprise, and that lofty, huge 1 1/4. There he is, just the quarter rotation to make the grasp. Unbelievable, Steve.
Fantastic work, showing us every single movement on the parallel bars. Fantastic height, precision and control.
Lovely body check, making sure the shape is selected for the tip out and done with full swing. So many gymnasts stop there, don't they?
Yes, and he's shown a fine example of keeping the routine flowing. Very difficult to keep it flowing once you get into the routine, but a high lifted double pike back somersault, that's going to be a routine to beat.
9.787 for Petkovsek in the lead. He gives himself a round of applause, and so he should. Marius Uzica, master of pommel horse for so long, now shows his wares on parallel bars. And he does have some original touches here. Uzica, 29 years old now. Good lock out there from under somersault into the double tuck. Now this next combination absolutely crucial. Healy back. Here it comes. Full twist to upper arms, and Uzica is showing us flow and flair on yet another apparatus. And he sticks in double tuck. Double pike, I beg his pardon. So Uzica really has produced a super routine on parallel bars, and he's delighted.
Yeah, he's going to be delighted with that. Very precise, difficult work, and a fantastic performance. Beautiful swinging in the long swing. into that high double tuck somersault and swings out very easily into the next element.
Bit original as well, Mitch, wasn't it? This is a move named after him, and if you can add that little bit of originality of your own, here we go, the full twisting front somersault without a falter.
And the dismount made in heaven. So Ursika will be delighted with that. Silver, he got on pommel horse, and what on parallel bars. He went through, he did his job. 9.737, he's gone into second, and he's delighted. So too are the audience. Fang Zhu from China. Compatriot Li Xiaopeng currently, of course, in third place. Fang Zhu looking to match or better it. Lovely extended handstand. And again. Uprise into Diamondov. Then the double pike. Oh, double pike right on the end. Gets his geography spot on. Healy again makes the handstand. And the double pike, superbly done. Using every inch of the parallel bars, you need to know exactly where you are. Super routine construction. And Wang Zhu, hugely impressive.
Yes, he knew exactly where he was in these P-bars. Beautiful uprise to the Amidov, such difficult work between the rails, and an immediate double pike. Fantastic work, such control of the shoulders and balance.
And when you do a double pike at that end of the bars, you have to know exactly where you are.
Yes, Mitch, and you have to be also very brave to do that.
Yes, you throw it back a bit too much, you run out of room, haven't you?
Wang Zhu, 9.762, gone into second. Slovenia in 1, China in 2 and 3. Mitya Pekovic, gold over Wang Zhu from China. And Marius Ursika, a surprise bronze medalist. He'll be delighted.
And the World Cup winner, Mitya Penkovsek, joins me now. Congratulations, Mitya. You looked like you really went for broke on that routine. How happy are you to have won this title?
Very happy, because I don't think it was a good routine. I didn't feel good on the apparatus. I didn't train much last 2 weeks because of the problems here. You know, so it was a tough one. So I'm very happy.
And tell me about the situation in your country, because I understand there are not too many gymnasts at the elite level, but between you've produced something like 2 or 3 real world-class gymnasts like yourself. How does it work?
It's pure luck, I think. You know, a statistical error. I don't know. There's only 20 gymnasts, so it should be impossible. But as you can see, it is possible.
You're proving everyone wrong, certainly, and we've been discussing the problems that you're having as a team qualifying for the Olympic Games. What are the chances that we'll see you at Beijing to try and go for gold there?
Yeah, it depends on the rules of the qualification. So I hope there's going to be some change. No, we try hard to do some changes. So I'm looking forward. I think we have some chances to go there with only one apparatus, not the team, not all around, only one.
But at the very least, we'll hope to see you in Melbourne at the World Championships next year, yeah?
I'm sure, yes, I'm sure.
Excellent. Thank you very much again, and well done. Thank you, Mitya.
Thank you.
Right. Right, before we go any further, let's just clear up a little bit of confusion that there might be with you about the beam results earlier on, because you might remember that two of the gymnasts who achieved second and third places in the competition were actually awarded the same mark. Li Ya of China given second place over Alexandra Eremaya of Romania. That's because Li Ya was given it on countback. It's a fairly complex system. Let's not go there, shall we? Anyway, let's get into the last event for women of the weekend. It's the floor, a magical event which stirs memories of great champions of the past, the likes of Corbett, Komanec, Davidova, Turasheva, and Nellie Kim. Do you remember Nellie Kim, the 1980 floor champion? Well, these days Nellie has gone to the other side. She's now the technical director of the women's events, and she's one of the judges for today's final. This is her perfect 10 performance on the floor at the Montreal Olympics in 1976. Great memories. But times have changed in the sport since then. Do you think that some of the artistry and the dance elements have been lost as a result of trying to push the boundaries of acrobatic skill?
You know what? I don't know if I can, for sure I cannot say this, because tumbling was difficult when I was a gymnast myself, and my acrobatic was quite difficult by the time I did double salto, 2 double saltos in one routine, and 1 long series. I think it's coaches and maybe judges don't pay enough attention to these artistry moments. Some girls performing, and you can say it was artistic, but you couldn't see emotion on her face. You couldn't see the soul, in participation of your soul in it. And this moment still, I would like to improve in our gymnastics. As a judge, I would like to see more routines with more artistry in it, more maturity, let's say this way.
Perhaps what crystallizes this discussion is the debate that we'll have watching the floor this weekend, because we have Deandra Santos of Brazil, who's the world champion, against Catalina Ponor, who's the Olympic champion.
You're absolutely right. Both of them very, very good gymnasts, especially in the floor exercise. And Dos Santos, she has particular, she is very artistic, I can say. And her floor exercise, like 4 years ago, we thought, okay, it was good exercise, but it was not clean enough, it was not perfect enough as a movement. Her dance skills was not very well performed. But lately she improved a lot, and when she became world champion, her exercise was much, much better in artistic way. And Ponor, of course, she's graceful, and she's Olympic champion, of course. She has a very balanced exercise with acrobatic and artistic elements, and they have different styles.
Yes, and what a head-to-head this could be between the exciting world champion Deandra Santos of Brazil and the reigning Olympic champion, the stylish Catalina Ponor, who's already taken the honours on the beam this afternoon. Don't forget either the Sydney gold medalist at the Olympics on floor, Elena Zamolodchikova, and it's great to see Beth Tweddle in this lineup too for Great Britain. She's earned a wild card after her bronze medal performance at the Grand Prix in Glasgow last month. She's out to impress Nellie and the other judges today, and here's a reminder of what they want to see.
Landings, whether from tumbles, jumps or leaps, they are essential during a floor routine. This is the gymnast's opportunity to show their personality and style. Bonus marks are awarded for artistry. It is important for the music to match the performance and for the difficulty of the dance work to match the dynamic tumbling skills.
Verona van der Leur begins on floor. She was amazing in the World Championships in 2002, Christine. Took a silver medal there.
Yes, but she's had a long layoff with injury and just a little bit lacking precision in those first 2 tumbles. Supple movements, just to match that with difficult tumbling. We've seen a triple twist that went out of the floor area. 2.5 into punch front, much better. Just fell out of the spin a little bit. We've seen all twisting tumbles. Ideally, she should do a multiple somersault. Adopt again, double twisting front.
Verona van der Leer then. Longer, taller gymnast.
Yeah, she's had a long layoff with injury. She missed the last World Championships and the Olympics. This is very much her comeback. And it's obviously going to take a little bit of time to come back to the highest level. That was the triple twist. She wasn't quite round and bounced out of the floor area.
Tumbles well for a taller girl, though. Lots of power.
Oh, yes, lots of power, and goes for 2.5, twisting front. Very difficult tumble there. And it's great to see her back.
Lots of pressure to be first up in a World Cup final. She's looking relaxed now. Meantime, Beth waits for her moment. And the score for Verona van der Leer, the start value was down 8.1. The moment 7,000 people have been waiting for. Beth Treadle, the second of 2 World Cup finals, already a silver medal, into her floor exercise.
Now this very important first big tumble. Double pike to Arabian, no problem at all. Concentrate again, tumble across the floor and another big tumble. Double touch, wow, she really went for that landing. Very difficult leaps joined for bonus marks there. Now, definitely round that triple spin. Very clean on the landings. Now the gymnasts have to include a somersault series with 2 somersaults in. She leaves it till last. Very difficult 1.5 twist. Into the 2.5 twist. Wow, what a routine.
Unbelievable. We expected great things on bars. The audience are delivering, and the coach, Amanda Kirby, they're delivering their verdict. Marvellous consistency. What a great World Cup final performance. Twice we've seen from the British #1. Terrific.
She really gave hardly anything away there at all, Mitch. Every jump, every spin, precise.
Couldn't believe this. Absolute light of touch. A mile high, a double pike Arabian. What a start.
So correct, she opens to land. It's a difficult landing because you can't see where you're going. Look, she finds the floor exactly, doesn't she?
And not only the tumbling was great.
No, these very difficult combinations, double turning cat leap to finish. Now she needs the judges to credit her with all those to get that 10-star value she wants. And this very difficult final series, 1.5 twist, loads of orientation needed. And it's there.
And the crowd strangely silent. But now they're erupting. What a terrific score. 10-star value, 9.55. Beth Tweddle has started really, really well. Into the second half of this floor final. We've got a world champion and the Olympic champion to come. But first, from China, Zhang Nan.
Strong, controlled opening tumble. Minimal amount of dance as she comes back into the next very efficient tumble. Sets herself for the spin, very well round on the triple. Completes the series of cat leaps. Long pauses in the corners, though, the judges can deduct for those. Drifts the triple twist just about round. Very clean combination. Now needs a very clean last tumble. Easily.
Zhang Nan, a huge smile. And really good to see the Chinese, Christine, enjoying an apparatus which in the past has given them problems.
Well, that was a new floor routine on me. She didn't perform that routine in Glasgow, and it looked just a little bit as if she was having to think about it, didn't it? But it was great.
Powerful tumbling. Plenty of height, good style, full twist in the double.
The tumbling was very good indeed, wasn't it? She's very well rehearsed. They're so precise. Extension through the backflip, into the twist, out, rebound off the floor.
Beautifully constructed routine. Plenty of top. Didn't quite, though, get that triple twist around.
No, and that's a big decision for the judges. It's worth a point too if they give it to her. They'll certainly give this, though, the double pike, very good.
So that 9.55 from Beth Tweddle still looking good. And 9.562. So Nanjing takes the lead from Britain's Beth Tweddle. She absolutely astonished the audience in Athens. Chung Fai, 16 years old, something very special in store for us here.
And that's it, Mitch. Double twisting, double tuck. And just a full twist in the double pike. But watch the dance work. She's so technically correct, so clean, legs locked together. And lots of concentration for the jump. Seen 3 fabulous tumbles. What's she got for us in the 4th? The cleanest, highest triple twist you'll ever see.
Absolutely fantastic. It brings a lump in your throat. The style, the virtuosity, the sheer power. A wonderful gymnastic package from the Chinese Chung Fai, just 16 years old.
Yeah, really a special gymnast, one you look forward to seeing. The only problem was, after that wonderful last tumble, she attempted a triple spin, which really I don't think finished.
What an incredible opener. Double twisting, double tuck, and it went on from there.
Yeah, she's so clean in her tumbling, isn't she, Mitch? After double twist in double back, then she goes straight back with a single twist in a double pike. Meets the floor exactly on all her landings. Huge split on the jumps, all the way round. See her stall the somersault now. That was the triple twist, and we just lost, but I think she might have lost a few marks on the triple spin afterwards.
Chung-Fai waiting patiently, Beth Tweddle beside her. 9.562 in the lead. Beth Tweddle applauding.
Next up for Romania, Catalina.
Just 2 performances remaining. One from the Olympic champion, Ponoa. And the one after that is the world champion, Dos Santos. And Beth Tweddle, at the moment, is in 3rd place.
Beautiful opening series, triple spin into full turning, straddle. How good the opening tumble, full twisting double back, keeps it inside. Two and a half into the straight front, strong tumbling. Sells this routine with her face, her arms. Allows the audience to enjoy the performance with her. This is sometimes the tumble that's a bit ragged. Needs to be tight today, and she is right round the triple. Little puff of the cheeks. Ready for the big final tumble. Needs to be a double back. It is double pike.
For the poise, the grace and the power of an Olympic champion. Catalina Ponoa. Superb all-round performance from her.
Loves the pressure, loves the audience, doesn't she? We've really seen her grow with each performance over this past year. The full twisting double back somersault. Never allows herself unnecessary error, does she? There we are, just lost the tension through the legs. It's very difficult to see that at fast speed. We can see it here slow motion. And the triple twist, she's well round, but the legs are really a little bit ragged, aren't they?
And the judges will be deliberating. Nellie Kim will be having her say. Catalina Ponoa, 9.625, goes ahead of the two Chinese. Beth Tweddle is in 4th.
She's from Brazil.
And the honour of the final performance in the World Cup titles for the women. The floor goes to the world champion, Diane Dos Santos.
And enjoy this, because it's really quite different. And watch carefully this first tumble. Double Arabian pike out of the sky. Back with the double tuck. great choreography working to her strengths. How about this double straight somersault as your third tumble? Completely different to the other routines we've seen now. Can she hold her nerve to the end? Yes, she can. Double pike.
A very special moment, a special performance. Her own stamp on floor exercise. Brazil have had plenty to cheer already. And can they celebrate again? The world champion really did go for it. Ukrainian influence has really shone through.
Yes, coach of the great Ukrainian team from '96 have been in Brazil leading them, and you can really see the special style, can't you?
Delightful touches. Front somersault, step out, shoulders well forward, plenty of acceleration. Converts it beautifully upwards into a double tuck Arabian. Super stuff.
That's really quite an amazing tumble, isn't it, Mitch, to be able to perform like that. And the double straight somersault that we've seen others try at the beginning, she put in as number 3. So often we've seen her lose control at the end of a routine, but not today. She kept that concentration.
On the edge of our seats, right to the very last second of performance in this women's final. The audience is reacting. She's done it. 9.712. Diane dos Santos eclipses the Olympic champion. They are delighted. Brazil celebrates. She celebrates. And isn't it amazing? Brazil took men's floor, and now they've taken women's floor. And Beth Tweddle in the lead for the first half of the competition in 5th. But what an absolute thriller. Diane dos Santos takes this World Cup title over Catalina Ponor. 2 9.562s. They're split based on the count back with their performance, their execution marks, and it's Chung Fai ahead of compatriot Nanjang for the bronze.
So a double gold on the floor for Brazil, men's and women's titles. Wonderful performance from Diane dos Santos, and I've got to say a wonderful performance from Beth Tweddle, 5th place today. You've got to be absolutely thrilled with that, Beth.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm not renowned for my floor. I came in as a wild card, so they wouldn't have been expecting me to do well, so I was really pleased with that. It's my personal best, so couldn't have asked for any more.
And the whole atmosphere as you were performing out there, did it get to you because the crowd was clapping, everyone was with you? How much did you feel that?
Really loads. I mean, having them behind you just makes you have that bit more adrenaline, want to do well for them and for yourself.
So A-bars is a speciality. Are you going to keep up the floor though?
Definitely, yeah. Hopefully get renowned back on there for next season.
Now, Craig was watching that with some awe and envy, weren't you? Especially Diane dos Santos, weren't you?
Absolutely unbelievable there, that floor. I mean, some of the tumbles she's doing, some of the guys would struggle to do. I mean, what do you think about the floor routine then?
It's fantastic. I mean, every time I see her, she changes the tumbles. She's just got so much power and energy, and she just plays the crowd and absolutely loves doing it.
Okay, well, it's been a wonderful weekend, and now you're off to Sports Personality. You better get your glad rags on. You looking forward to that?
Definitely, yeah. It's always an enjoyable evening.
Well, I would have to say go easy, young lady, because you've got an exam in the morning, yeah?
Yeah, I've got a 6 o'clock train back up to Liverpool.
I tell you what a weekend this woman has had. You've been competing Saturday, Sunday, Sports Personality, now exams. You know how to live, girl. Well done.
Thanks.
Okay, and now it's time for the grand finale of any gymnastics programme. It's the men's high bar. You could say you only win when you're swinging.
The most spectacular and controversial piece of apparatus in recent times. Spectacular when watching Igor Cassina or Alexei Nemov, who performs 6 release and catch moves during his routine. Controversial when someone only does one and beats him. Unfortunately, there are no more points available for performing riskier moves. However, this is being looked into at the moment.
And this is an event which Craig Heap absolutely loved and loathed at the same time. Why?
Well, the trials for the Atlanta Olympics, high bar was my best piece going into the last rotation, and the release and catch was with my face and ended up on the floor, so obviously not my best competition to remember.
And it is a pretty frightening piece of apparatus, yeah?
Oh, definitely. It certainly gets the blood pumping around the body. It's certainly very exciting to watch, very exciting to train and perform in front of people, so yeah.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to seeing one of the tallest gymnasts on the circuit, Alias Pegan of Slovenia. He's hoping to claim gold here. And of course, you know you've made it in gymnastics when you invent a move and it's named after you. Well, Mr. Pegan is in that exclusive club.
Try to do Gaylord. It's
Yes.
double somersault.
Yes.
Then I have big height and I have time to do something else. And my coach said, "Oh, let's try to turn." And I turned, and that's the Pegan.
Spectacular, I think you agree. And also in this lineup is the reigning world champion on high bar, Takahiro Kashima of Japan, his gold medal winning Olympic teammate, Isao Yoneda, and joint European champion Vlasos Maras of Greece, who's desperate to make up for the fact that he failed to qualify for the Olympic final at home. So here we go, last event of this World Cup weekend.
Isao Yoneda from Japan, 27 years old, third on this apparatus in the Olympic Games. He won in Glasgow. He got a silver medal on floor. Just about squeezed into this final, ranked 8, because he lost consistency earlier on in the series, but pulled it back towards the end. Earned himself a place, and that's the point. You have to be consistent over 2 years of competition to earn a place in this final. Yoneda into his routine. Nice little hop. Again from the invert. Watch the body shape change. Oh, beautifully swung out of that Kovac. High and clean. Doesn't favour the multiple releases, goes for the complexities on the bar. Double twisting, double straight, and Yoneda goes through, the bronze medalist at the Olympic Games. Using his experience. Not a lot wrong with that.
Yes, good consistent routine as we see here. Playing safe a little bit, I think, with the release and catch series, but doing lots of turns on the bar.
Sorry, Steve, how can you play safe with a Kovac?
Yeah, sounds a bit difficult, Mitch, but lots of the gymnasts today are going to be doing multiple Kovacs, and you're going to see that coming very soon, so I can say that one Kovac is playing safe.
Really beautiful line, though, isn't he? He's a light gymnast. Everything's swung with great precision, and this is the thing. You fulfill the difficulty and then dare the judges to take the marks away.
It's a craft, isn't it? Putting an exercise together at this level.
It is.
There'll be no problem taking the lead. 9.662. Isao Yoneda sets the target for the rest to follow. Yerenbetov, 4 finals, and his all-round pedigree proven here. The most successful in terms of participation. His 4th attempt to get onto the podium. Full twist in the Kovac. Full turn from the stoop in, and his pirouettes building the difficulty, raising the start value. Double twisting, double straight, just a little creep round the back with the foot, but the body line, the height, the complexity, Yerenbetov, just the one release, but what a release it was.
Yes, fantastic work in the high bar. It's winding up for this full twisting Kovac and swings out beautifully, just a little bit legs apart on that catch, but but recovers well. Such a straight body line.
There, the stoop in and out to full pirouette makes very sure of his hand placement. In quite narrow there, so that they're central underneath him as he goes for another complex turn. All these turns linked together, you see, finishes one and straight into another. That's how he builds that difficulty.
Winds up beautifully, not too far away from the bar, perfectly timed. 9.662 is his target, 9.637 his reward. Second from 3 performances, 5 still to come. Well, we know what he's capable of on parallel bars. He's Olympic champion there, but here he's made a World Cup final on high bar. Valery Goncherov from Ukraine. Kicks out of the first Kovac, puts a full twist in the second. Now settles back into the swing. Adding tempo and control to the routine here. Good technique, stoop in and out, clean. A triple, and it's stuck! So Goncherov, the Olympic champion on P-bars, when is he going to smile? That was superb.
He almost let himself in, didn't he, Mitch? Just the little one corner of the mouth, but that was great work.
Yeah, fantastic work from Goncherov there. Beautiful in the release and catch series. He's winding up here, as we see. Tuck Kovac, catches a bar into that beautifully well lifted, full twisting Kovac. Such difficult work.
Absolutely brain scrambling. So Goncherov showing us their eyes on the bar all the way around, but lost it at the last minute, rescued the swing by some miracle.
Yeah, he was very determined, wasn't he? Wasn't going to let it go at all. But this is where it's so difficult to decide whether you go for the risk and take the tiny error. You know, you get a 0.1 bonus for doing the 2 difficult things and probably lose a 0.1 for the error.
And this is where I see, Christine, that the gymnasts who perform later on in the series will benefit from that, because they can see what everybody's done. Beautiful, well lifted triple back dismount, and absolutely nailed.
Well, living dangerously with a big skill. How close was that? 9.687, he reaps the rewards, he took the chances, and Valery Goncherov takes the lead at the halfway stage. He was twice world champion before he was 20 years of age. He did it in 2001, 2002, and he's been twice European champion. So Maras, Vlasos Maras then, 21 years old, twice world champion, twice European champion. Missed out in Athens, couldn't qualify. Anxious here to make amends. And he, like so many others, a total specialist. His only final, he lives for high bar. The wind up, the body change, and he's high, makes the half turn from the front. Lost body line just a little. One arm combination into blind. Very controlled. Something special from him. Oh, and he absolutely stuck it. Well, well, well. Maras showing, despite his young years, twice world champion, producing a super performance when it was needed.
Yes, very precise performance. This move, double front somersault with a half turn, called a pagan, performed beautifully and swinging very well.
Do you still swing on one arm, Steve?
I still do, Mitch, yep. Got to hold on for your life on that one arm.
Lovely, precise changes. Into the invert swings. But his dismount, Christine, was something very special, wasn't it?
Very special. I really enjoyed this performance. I felt he had something special on the apparatus.
Lots of flair then for the young man from Greece. He's from Athens. 9.65 into third place, and it's a measure of the quality of this final. The reigning world champion on high bar, Takahiro Kashima. It's his second final for Kashima. He was 5th on pommels, but it could be a different story here. Taking the free swing, stooping in, nice leisurely Healy, and again passing through the invert swing. You know what's coming. A Kovac over the top of the bar. Oh, and fast hands there had to be. Good complex work, choosing to build the difficulty from the pirouette-based work. The wind-up, the dismount, and the pace forward for Kashima. What a final this is turning out to be, as always. High bar, thrilling apparatus.
Very consistent performance from Kashima. Tuck Kovac caught very nicely, swinging right out into the tight element.
Christine, he's really relying on the control of pirouette and body line here, isn't he? Do you
Yes.
think it worked?
Well, it did, yes. He's very good at the sort of Staldron endo skill where he straddles his legs in and out up to handstand. He adds those to the pirouettes. Here we go, straddle in and out into the full pirouette. So he's using the full pirouette from different entries, and that's what makes him able to build the difficulty. There he is in that invert grip with the hands right behind. But it's certainly a little bit less spectacular, isn't it?
Yes, every single hand placement crucial in this piece of apparatus.
And the dismount, crucial too. Plenty of height, double with a pace. So, Kashima, 9.625, and the reigning world champion in 5th. What a final.
Slovenia, please show your support for Alias Pegan.
And if you had to write the script, this would be the man that you'd finish the World Cup final with. Alias Pegan, 30 years old, totally consistent over a decade. European joint champion with Lassos Maros, we've already seen him. Pegan. His signature move coming up. Nobody does it like him. Clean and sharp. Stoop Kachev, straddle Kachev, Ginger. Well, that's 4 releases, and he was spot on with all of them. Stoop in and out. Just lollops round the back. Wonderful, wonderful presence. Long body line, winding it up now. Oh, what a triple, but did his knees touch? This is going to be crucial. He's punching the air, but if his knees made contact, he will be in trouble. Began then, thrilling on the apparatus. This is signature move, see-through.
Beautiful lift in the Pegan, and then straight into the stoop Kachev, straddle Kachev Ginger, just coming up, just winding up for that combination. Shoulders down, pressing on the bar. Beautiful lift in the stoop Kachev, almost hit the ceiling.
3 releases on top of the Kovac, but we need to take a very close look at the dismount. Come on, Christine,
Well,
you've got eagle eyes.
Yeah, we were all willing him on, weren't we? But I have to say, I think he buckled. I think they probably just... Oh, yes, it did, didn't it?
Yes, I think one of the knees actually did touch the mat there.
And it was crucial. It's taken him out of the medals that would have been 3/10 away. 9.637. Pagan, no medal for the world ranked #1. A thrilling final. Valery Goncharov, the Olympic champion on P-bars, comes unexpectedly to take gold on high bar. Isao Yonedo the silver, and Vlasios Maris, twice world champion, takes the bronze. Alias Pagan, disappointed to be out of the medals in this superb high bar final.
Well, for all the world, it looked like Pagan was going to take the gold medal, but just proves you've got to be concentrating even to the last split second, Craig.
Absolutely, it's definitely job done when your handguards are in your bag and you're on your way home, and I thought that was a routine, was going to take it, and then his legs went on the landing. So yeah, he'll be very disappointed with that.
You agree he should have been penalised for that?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah, it was an obvious mistake, but up until then, he was a clear favourite for me.
And Goncharov, the one man we probably didn't rate to win this, after all his speciality is the parallel bar. Surprised at that outcome, Craig?
A big surprise, but I think he'll be glad that he's come away with something this weekend. You know, unfortunately, he didn't do well to medal on the parallel bars, and then he comes and wins high bar, so certainly a surprise.
And I think overall this weekend we've seen the 10 different events won by 9 different nationalities. What does that say about the spread worldwide in this sport now?
It's just becoming more and more popular, and the level around the world's, you know, being risen by the gymnasts with extra training. A lot of the coaches are travelling to other countries to show their techniques of training and things, so that's going to just level it all out.
Yeah, very multinational competition indeed. Craig, thank you very much for your help this weekend. Just before we go, we do have a little bit of time in hand to show you the gold medal winning routine from yesterday's men's rings final. We didn't have time to show you that yesterday, that awesome test of strength and control, and it was won by a young Dutchman.
The man in form, Yuri van Gelder, 3 golds and 3 silvers in the current series, 5th in the Europeans. But that was at the start of 2004. Since then, he's built experience, built a reputation, and is possibly the favourite. Look at that start, absolute flat body line, squeezes out from multi-ease to top plant. Now, the inverted cross, and another Maltese for good measure, and just bounces easily into cross. He's powerful and he's in control here on the strength. The combination is absolutely mind-boggling. But is the swing as good? Solid in the handstand, winding up, needs to stick it, he does, and Yuri van Gelder, who started favourite amongst the aficionados, surely with that performance will go into the lead.
Yes, Mitch, he's got to take it with that performance. What a fantastic routine that was. The length of time he held these strength positions, incredible.
And it just looked simple, didn't it? There were no shaking muscles. He looked like he could do it every day.
Look at that line. And some of the combinations, bouncing from one to the other with absolute discipline of shoulder and body line.
Yes, Mitch, you managed to keep the shoulders level with the rings, and I feel that could be the